Hi everybody, my name's Dave Pugh. If you're watching this, you're on my channel, you already know that. Not that I'll know you watched it because they don't show my true numbers. There's no way in hell. So, little background. I've been writing hit songs for 35 years. Everybody stole them from John Bon Jovi, Faith Hill, Metallica. They know who they've been stealing this music from. Big offenders. Taylor Swift's a big offender. Dave Grohl is a big offender. They call me the guide, quote unquote. Okay, the unpaid slave guide, whatever you want to call it. That's what I call it these days. So I was on my knees in a chapel in a hopeless rescue mission after shooting somebody over this. My father, as a matter of fact, he had raped my girlfriend and smeared my nose in it time and time again. That I'm the only one who got left out of that with nothing. So, me, the guy who wrote it all. They had nothing to do with it. They ended up putting my money in their pockets. Law enforcement, I've been to the FBI twice, 3 times actually. I have been to the police down here where I'm playing right now. I busk to try and live. I compete with crackheads for pocket change. Might as well call it what it is. Out in 109 degree heat, out in 26 degrees last year. It was so cold I couldn't even play. Anyhow, that's neither here nor there. The point is this: they gang stalk me around. They're in the place where I'm forced to stay due to money. I'm trying to stay indoors here, but it's getting harder and harder because they dictate up there in Washington, D.C. whether or not I get paid. So I was on my knees in a chapel in a hopeless rescue mission after I got out of prison. Ask God what I'm. This is Reading, Pennsylvania, mind you. Asking God, what am I supposed to do with this? Because they had made it all too clear that it was there again. That my money was funding that hopeless rescue mission, which it turns out is just a money laundering scheme and run by organized criminals yet again. I come to Washington because that's what God put in my head at that moment. Come to D.C., print your bills up. I had sent him bills before. Because this was run by the devil, and he worked for the government. It's all in the Bible. This is why we're looking at the end of times right now. Because they just can't believe I'd beat the devil 3 hands of cards, and I'm supposed to have my life back. But I did, and I am. This is people of faith, mind you. So, I'm at my wit's end again. I am doing everything. They're doing everything they can to goad me into violence. Meanwhile, people come out of the woodwork threatening this, threatening that. They're just doing, and I heard out of one of their own mouths that the DC Metro Police are just waiting for me to harm somebody so they can come after me. Okay. So they all took part in this. The Metro Police, the White House Secret Service, White House guards. I showed up there with a sign one day instead of just, because I go to the White House all the time and scream songs about my rights, about the fact that you made a deal with the devil, yada, yada, yada. And the Biden administration just totally blew me off. The Barack administration, who I wrote to years ago when he was in there, his answer to it was Bruno Mars, who, as far as I'm concerned, I own half of that man's career. I own half of Taylor's career, because that all happened after I beat D, and I'm supposed to have what's mine at this point. I'm supposed to be the guy owning these songs at this point. Okay, so I'm forced to stay at this place up there in DC, where the guy who ran it talks about my 300 million I was supposed to have years ago, 500 million, whatever it was. I wouldn't know. I was drugged and pulled out of my bed. My life's a donation, according to these people. I'm supposed to provide everybody with hope at the expense of me never having any, mind you. Now, this was all started years ago by D-Rake, the Sorvinos, Paul Sorvino, Mira Sorvino, up in the Poconos where I grew up. The Gandafinis, Jim and his sister Colleen, and some of my own family. My whole family ended up taking part in it. As far as I'm concerned, they're all dead. They're all dead to me. So this thing's going to come to a head, so I'm going to put this video, go ahead and put this video online. Nobody's going to see it, because they either block people from seeing my videos, or they block my true numbers from getting through, because, you know, these people know who they've been stealing from all these years. They would have at least checked out the songs I put up on YouTube. So this is where I'm at. This is where we're all at. So, just thought I'd put it out there. You know, I've been to the FBI, like I said, multiple times. I wrote, when I first woke up to this years ago, before I was supposed to be paid, I wrote to National Security and applied for anything they had on certain people, phone recordings, all that stuff. We all know they were listening long before 9/11. And their answer to it was, it's a trade secret, basically. You know, they gave me 2 long statutes, numbers like this long on a typed paper. One of them was, if there's investigation, it would tend to blow that out of the water, giving me this information. The other long statute was, it's a trade secret, that these people don't write their music, they steal it, that they do shit like they're doing to me with this slave guide, whatever. So I'm at my wit's end here. I can't take this shit anymore. Every day I listen to these people in the next room talking their shit. It was the same everywhere I've been since waking up and raising hell. They did it in Saylorsburg when I lived next to the Millers. They did it in Saylorsburg when we moved from there to a different place, and crazy fucking Miss Smith and her friends out there talking about it. And the fact that, you know, they were well above or right around Madoff status with this whole thing, as far as the type of money we're talking about. According to D, who claimed to be the devil, mind you, this D-Rake, I would have been worth $6 billion 20 years ago, when I was supposed to be paid the token $300 million. I guess I would have been a producer. So that's what it is. I just want to let people know this is what's going on. This is why we're on our way off this world right now. This is why we're in a timeline with a micronova sun and traveling magnetic poles.